sorting out boxes of old toys, broken jewellery and books in the back bedroom, I came across the blue plastic cow. I've not seen you for years. No conscious effort had been made to protect it over the years, yet there it was. I held it, shook its rattle. It felt warm, almost alive. What's your secret? Mum had told me that an Auntie Carol, who I could hardly remember, had given it to me when I was a baby. From my adoption papers, I knew that my birth mother's name was Carol. Was that just coincidence? Was she a different Carol? My heartbeat quickened. Something inside me stirred. I woke up. No tears, just a sudden determination to find out who I was. I was coming up to my 40th birthday. It was now or never. I'll find out for myself why Carol left me and what sort of person she was. I rang social services straight away. Yes, since the Children Act 1975, adopted people have had a right to access their birth records, an efficient-sounding lady told me. But the law says you have to be counselled by a social worker first. Why? They're my birth records. We have to assess your emotional state and the motives for your search. I'll send you an application form. But don't worry, it's just a formality. I was affronted, resentful that I wasn't given instant access and that a social worker would decide whether I should see what was rightfully mine. Okay, thanks. I put down the phone and flopped on the stairs in the hall. Awareness of the lack of control adopted people have over their destiny brought a lump to my throat. I swallowed, determined not to cry. I'll get through this. The form arrived the next day, dismissing my worst fears. I filled it in. A torturous fortnight followed before I received a letter telling me to make an appointment. I hesitated for days, unable to pick up the phone, full of anticipation one minute, overcome with fear and dread the next. I forced myself to ring and was given an appointment with a lady named Jane Black for the 6th of April. In 10 days, I'd know the truth. Panic set in as the days passed, and I made up my mind to tell Mam what I was about to embark on. It was only right that she should know first. Fearing her reaction, my daily visits became an ordeal. I'd open my mouth to tell her, but the words wouldn't come out. How can I risk hurting an 85-year-old? Would she feel it was a betrayal of the years of care she'd given me? Each day my courage failed, and I would return home tearful, wondering if it was going to be worth all the upset. By the end of the week, I decided to broach it from another angle. I'm sorry, Ma'am, for all the trouble I caused when I was a teenager. An invisible fist clutched my stomach, but I carried on. Did you ever regret taking me? Taking on someone else's trouble, like Uncle Tom warned you? Was he right? I swallowed hard. She looked up from her armchair and stared at me through cloudy blue eyes. No, I never regretted it once. You were a lovely baby. You were no more trouble than the others. Does she really mean that? I couldn't imagine Jimmy or Lily, maybe Joseph, causing as much upset as I did. But being the youngest, I hadn't been there to witness their teenage traumas. We'd never been openly affectionate, but I bent down, put my arms around her and kissed her lightly on the cheek. I love you, Ma'am. She turned her head and glared. What's brought this on? The fist clenched my stomach tighter, slowly twisting, but I stood up straight and blurted it out. I'm going to try to find my birth mother. There, I've said it. I took a deep sigh of relief. Startled, her eyes widened. Why do you want to go stirring all that up now? You'll always be my mother, I said quickly. I love you, and I'd never turn my back on you. But why now? She doesn't understand and probably never will. I want to know about the woman who gave birth to me. I slowly emphasized each word, trying desperately to convince her of my motives.